Football boots are like cars. With cars, you have different types such as hatchback, 4x4s, or sports cars. And like with football boots, you have different categories or silos like speed, power, control, or touch. Now with cars, with each type of different car, you're going to get a different type of driving experience. And similar with football boots, with each of the different silos, you're going to get a different playing experience. So in this video, I'm going to break down the different football boot silos and the different traits that make up each unique playing experience for each silo. First up, we have probably the most popular silo, speed. So first things first, let's clear this up. Speed boots do not make you run faster. Now when it comes to typical examples of speed boots, you have your Nike Mercurial, your Adidas X, your Puma Ultra, or your New Balance Furon. And when it comes to typical traits of a speed boot, you're looking at great lockdown, a responsive sole plate, an aggressive stud configuration made up of chevron-shaped studs for traction, barefoot feel, and of course they're going to be relatively lightweight as well. Next, you have the touch boots. I know they do not improve your first touch. These types of boots are made for players who pretty much prefer maybe a more kind of old style, traditional feeling football boot but with modernized touches to them. Typical examples would be your Nike Tiempo, your Adidas Copa, or your New Balance 442. Now, the common traits among touch boots are a leather or a leather-like upper. They are built mostly around comfort, and the stud configuration is made up of mostly conical shaped round studs which allow for maneuverability and stability while you're playing. Now, agility. Now, not many brands make agility boots, and some brands have actually just discontinued their agility boots, but I know some people still go out their way to buy retro football boots. So when it comes to agility boots, there's only really three that come to mind. So there's the Adidas Nemesis, there's the older versions of the Adidas X, and of course the Nike Hypervenom. Now the common traits of agility boots would be they have a very soft, flexible upper. They also tend to be very form-fitting as well. And stud configuration can be like a mixture of chevron or conical studs, so you get the kind of traction in the ground when turning, as well as still getting the kind of maneuverability and stability from the conical studs. Next is your heritage football boots. So typical examples of these are the Adidas Copa Mundial and the Nike Tiempo Premier. These are pretty much like old school feel football boots, so they're probably going to be heavily inspired by the boots that came out between the 1970s and the 1990s. And when it comes to traits, they're pretty much no nonsense, no gimmicks, so they're pretty much, you know, leather-like upper, pretty much built around comfort, and they have loads of conical studs. So they're like maybe like a grandfather version of today's touch boots, I would say. And because they don't tend to be so high spec, or Nike or Adidas or whatever brand don't put too much kind of technology or into these kind of football boots, they also come at a lower price point. Now I've left this one last because this one's pretty much a bit more confusing than the others, because they're used quite interchangeably in terms of the name of the silo. So control, power, and precision, accuracy, whatever you want to say, they're all kind of linked together because they all have very similar traits. So your examples of these would be your Adidas Predator, your Nike Total 90, your Nike Phantom GT, your Nike Phantom GX. Now the common traits you tend to see with these boots is, number one, they tend to have like a mixture when it comes to the stud configuration. So it can vary between long studs for stability, some conical-ish or roundish shaped studs for maneuverability, and then you have maybe a few kind of chevron-shaped studs for traction. So like it can be a whole host of different shapes and sizes on these football boots. Number two, they tend to have very highly textured uppers. So sometimes it can just be the upper itself, like with the Phantom GT, or like the kind of grip knit, or sometimes you have like the kind of silicone or rubber elements with the Predators or the Total 90s. Now the reason for this high texturing is to create extra grip when you're striking, taking a touch, or controlling a football. Now the reason behind this high texturing is so you can get greater grip when you're making contact with the ball. So in a sense it's supposed to aid any kind of things, so dribbling, shooting, passing, you're supposed to do a whole host of different things. And another common trait that you tend to see, that you sometimes see in other silos as well, is off-centered lacing. So that's just to create a greater contact area with the ball, since the laces aren't like going straight down the middle, they're going kind of towards the side. Now all the stuff I've talked about today is just like a general rule of thumb, and of course there's going to be exceptions to each and every one of them. So if you have any questions about which silo a boot belongs to, kind of what, number one, you can just ask me the question in the comments, or number two, you can like look at each of the silos and the traits that I've listed and see which ones are most in common with your football boot. So if you enjoyed the video, you find it helpful and informative, please leave a like. If you like stuff around football boots, football apparel, I do a lot of stuff like grip sock reviews, football boot reviews, a whole host of different things. So if that is your kind of interest, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to also follow me on all my socials that will be on screen. And my name is Sub. This has been SubStanceFtbl. Thank you for watching. Peace out.